Welcome everyone. So today I am invisible and invisible because I have someone to shine over here. So this is Mr. Mohan Chandran and he's published author, he's a creative writer, business resource person and if you will just read his background, just the banner he has at his back, you can get to know everything about him. And one thing what surely I know about him, he's a dedicated person. He has no limit to his working hours. When everybody sleeps, he is just awake to work. Am I correct, Mohan sir?
Yes, yeah.
Yes. And he's a creative thinker and he is poet. He is one person who has just has not created his bucket list, but he is actually working on that. And why I say that, because recently I have seen him on the day one of Author Sali, and where on day two probably, and where he has shown his books, books after book, book after book, book after book, and where I mean, in no time he has written those books. So this is the kind of dedication he has within him. And I salute you, sir, for this. And I, with my co-host Pradeep Shetty, welcome you all. So for now, you all can remember me from this picture, which you can see here. As soon as I get connectivity, I'll be on the camera. But yes, today we have someone to shine with his beautiful smile and the wonderful attire. And yes, one thing what I wanted to tell about sir was he's a kind of an emotional person. And he values, I think, his culture and value, what I could read out of him by gazing him on the screen. And yes, yes, sir, it's all yours, and we welcome you over here. Pradeep, sir, over to you.
Yeah.
Thank you
Yeah,
so
welcome
much.
you, welcome you, Mohan Chandran sir from Authors Alley team over here, Authors Alley podcast. We have even our third co-team member, Dr. Anjali, but she couldn't be here due to some work. So even from her end, I would like to give you a heart full of thanks. Welcome to this Authors Alley podcast show. So I
Thank
would
you.
like you to introduce yourself as to how you're doing, what you're doing, and you are a lawyer by profession, and also you are into writing and authors and everything. So can you just speak about yourself, your own self, so all of our viewers would come to know more about you. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, basically, I consider myself as a writer more than anything else. I've been into writing for the last 20 years. And the way my writing journey started was I started writing diaries, from my childhood. I used to maintain diaries, I used to write diaries, and I used to write everyday happenings in my diary. So that is how I cultivated the habit of writing. And my big tip to all those who want to inculcate the habit of writing is to start writing diaries, because when you start writing diary, it helps you make think deeply, and over a period of time you develop that habit. I mean, you get over this problem of writer's block, which most writers face. So when you start writing a diary, you don't have this writer's block at all, because you formulate the idea in your mind even before you start putting words onto paper. So my big tip would be to all the wannabe writers and the upcoming writers would be to start maintaining the habit of diary writing. And as far as the lawyer is concerned, there is a small story which I would like to share how I happened to become a lawyer. Actually,
Yes.
so I have the habit of feeding stray dogs. I've been feeding stray dogs since 2014, June 2014, for the last 8 years, every single day till date. And I want to continue it even after my death by starting a trust, for stray animals.
Wow.
So
Wow. Great, sir.
so,
Thank
so
you.
once I was feeding stray dogs near my colony, and it happened to be the house of an advocate, a High Court advocate of Telangana, so who prevented me from feeding the stray dogs. So when I questioned him that there is a provision in the Constitution itself where Article 51 AG says that we should have compassion for all living beings. So he said that no, I am a High Court lawyer. I will not allow you, and he literally prevented me from feeding, and he was showing off himself that he is a high court advocate and all, and trying to use his influence and all. So I thought that this guy will not listen to me, so he has pride of law, having studied law. So I thought, what is the big thing in becoming a lawyer? I too can become a lawyer. So that
Wow.
incident actually spurred me. That incident spurred
Awesome.
me, and
Awesome. Uh-huh.
that made me actually do law. After that incident happened, 1 month later, there was a notification of law set in Telangana. So I just wrote that law set exam without any preparation. I got 3,516 rank, and I got a seat in second counseling. And out of 180 students in my class, I topped my class. getting distinction.
Wow, congratulations. Congratulations, sir.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Nice to know that.
So that was my journey of lawyer. And later, of course, I did my LLM also. In LLM also, I got distinction on, I mean, in LLM also.
Mm-hmm.
So that was my journey. So I mean, that's it. And poet, of course, yeah. My poetry journey started in my intermediate days, where I had four good friends. So they were so special that that inspired me to write poems, especially on friendship. Later in my degree, I started writing some poems related to love, friendship, romance, and other topics. So I have written more than 1,000 poems till now, and
Wow.
all the poems are in English only. And in
Mhm.
Hindi, I've written about some 25, 30 poems, but I don't think they are that noteworthy.
Okay, fantastic, sir. Very nice to know that turning point in your life, that high court lawyer, he did not allow you to feed the stray dogs, even though there is a provision in the law, which you said 51 something, right?
51 AG.
AG, yeah, that's even though he knows that, but still he started to use his influence, and that made you become a lawyer. So, what a great story, a turning point in your life. Thank you. About writing this diary, as you know that in today's scenario, we are more cultured towards internet and this thing. How would you like to, what's your message to the people? Should they take a pen and a paper and write, or would that be good to type in using a laptop?
No, I strongly consider that one should always use the pen and the paper. The traditional method is the best method. And it has been proven in many research studies by Harvard and other universities also, that when we put pen to paper, there is some kind of no, some kind of effect that happens, that links our nerves to our brain. And that will make our ideas more reinforcing. So it's always good to use a pen and paper rather than the that modern style of internet and or apps and all that, mobiles and all. I would always go for pen and paper.
Fantastic, sir. Nice to know that. Very good. Thank you. I would also like to promote, because when I get into coaching, I tell my mentees first to get a small diary, maybe just like this, and take a pen and just start jotting down your daily activities in schools or colleges, whatever you're doing, whatever you like or whatever you dislike. Just try to make a note of it. Yes, I totally agree to that. But nowadays, the youngsters, especially the working professionals whom I work with, they said, so I don't talk to me about diary and all that college days. We are good with our notebook. We open it and we just type in. I said, okay, that's fine. But yes, I totally agree on this about using a pen and a paper. Thank you. Shilpi, do you have a question for Mohan sir, or shall I go ahead?
Yes, yes. So I was listening to him and he was saying that he has been, distinction holder. He did LLB, LL. So actually my father also, he did LLB, then export import, then he has been engineer. So there is a lot of things and similarity I could see with sir. But I'm sure that when you are one person who has everything, which is, top on the top, you are a distinction holder. If you talk about anything, you being the lawyer, I'm sure your cases must be wherein you must be doing everything in top. The books you must have written must be surely the world class book. So can you elaborate something about what kind of books have you written and why did you come into this book writing thing?
Yeah, as I said, writing has always been my hobby. I mean, I feel like it is more into my genes because, as I said, my maternal grandfather was a lexicographer. He compiled 4 dictionaries and he wrote about 200 research papers. He did his PhD under Dr. Edward Deming, who is a father of total quality management. So, and he was a linguist, and he was a teacher. He was a writer. He was an author. He was a polyglot. So he knew about 4 to 5 languages. He could read and write 4 to 5 languages. So I think this is in my genes. And not only that, my father is also a good documentation expert. He used to do documentation for different police stations. He used to do all the uh, typing work, for the police station, like filing charge sheet, writing the charge sheet, panchanama, and all those all the legal work, all the legal written work. So I feel probably that is how writing came into my life. And as I said, diary writing. I started with diary writing, and it has held me in good stead. because that over a period of time that cultivated a writing habit in me. And I also used to participate in a lot of essay writing competitions in my school and college days. Not only that, actually, I had the habit of writing letters. I used to buy a lot of inland covers in those days, which used to come for 75 paise inland covers. So
That blue
during,
color, bluish color, right?
yeah,
Yes,
bluish
sir.
color.
When I went for my MBA, I took almost 100 inlands with me. That I'll write a letter almost daily to my parents. So I took those many inlands with me. So
Yeah.
yes, and these things were lots of memories, I believe.
Yeah, I used to spend a lot of money on postal covers and all. In fact, when there was vacation, like we had summer vacation, college vacation and all. During those times, I felt very sad, being away with friends, because I was so close to them. So I used to communicate with them through letters. I used to buy a lot of postcards, inland covers, envelopes and all, and write letter almost 2, 3 letters a week. So that way, I used to write a lot of letters, and that is how the writing habit got cultivated in me. So I think that is very essential nowadays. People have lost the art of writing letters. Of course, people don't communicate much even through internet because they are so busy, except for sending some WhatsApp forwards and all. They hardly type anything, personal messages and all. So that is how it started. Uh, and sorry, I lost the second part of the question.
If you can elaborate something about your books, like what they talk about, what is
Yeah.
the subject
Yeah.
of your
Type
book?
of books, different types.
Yeah. So my first book was on English vocabulary quiz. As I said, I have vocabulary in my genes. So I thought, what is the best way to start my author journey? And I thought it's better to start it with a quiz book. And I feel that writing a quiz book is much more easier than writing other books. In fact, my suggestion for anyone who want to become an author to break that any block, any kind of writer's block would be to start off with a quiz book, because it's very easy in quiz book. It's just facts. You have to just frame questions and answers. If you have all the facts, you can, and in your area of expertise, you can start it. For instance, if you are HRM expert, you can start a quiz book on HRM, or if you're a marketing expert, you can start a quiz book on marketing, or any area of your expertise. So that would be a best way to start off. So after I started my first book on vocabulary quiz, then I continued my journey. I had already written a lot of poems during my college days. As I said, I wrote about 1,000 poems. So it was more of I was more of on a publishing spree. So I had already had all the content I wanted, because I had written all the poems already. It is already available. The only thing I had to do was I had to compile them, put them in order, classify them according to some theme, like friendship poems, love poems, philosophical poems, poems on environment, politics, etc., and then bring it out in the form of a books. So most of the stuff I had written already, and even I had written a book called English for Competitive Exams, which is a collection of 24 articles which I had written for the local newspaper here called Sakshi, which was for the students of competitive exams like bank, especially bank exams and all. So I compiled those 24 articles and then brought it out in the form of a book called English for Competitive Exams. The book mentions different aspects of English, like essay writing, para writing, précis writing, vocabulary, how to use vocabulary, so all those things.
So, sir, we are waiting for one copy each, because I'm sure that is going to help a lot to us. So the
Sorry,
kind of
I'm not able to hear you. ma'am.
hello, I said, sir, we are waiting for one copy each because that is going to help a lot to us. Because the kind of
Shilpi is telling we need to have your copy. I mean, that book copy. We would
Okay.
love to have your one book copy, surely.
Sure. Sure, I'll send it to you.
Thank you. And can you help us with your daily routine, Mohan sir? Means what's your daily routine? Because you say that you write every day the books. Even I write a daily journal, but sometimes I miss writing it, because sometimes the schedule and the work schedule, it doesn't allow me. So how do you maintain that regularity of writing?
No, actually, there is a
Secret.
saying that if you make your hobby your profession, then there's nothing better than that. So I have made my hobby my profession, which is writing. So I am a professional writer. I also write for companies, like technical writing, blog writing, case writing, website content. marketing collaterals, brochures, annual reports, white papers, social media content. So I do all of this, for different companies on a daily basis. So this is what keeps me on the toes every day.
Okay. Okay. So you have any rituals, what you follow? I mean, rituals in the sense, maybe you have a dedicated place, a dedicated table, and a book or a diary where you keep writing all these things, or dedicated time, something like that?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I have a room. I mean, my personal room where I do all the stuff. Sometimes I since I have like 2 3 rooms, I just keep working in different rooms at different times, depending on my mood.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's it.
Okay, fine. Great. Nice to know that. So I want to listen
And
to.
and and sorry to interrupt. I mostly like working in the night times, especially between 12 and 4, because I feel that that is the most productive time. Because as we say that when the I mean we all do meditation, and the reason we do meditation is that because meditation helps us be more productive, because we are silent at that time. We do meditation in silence. So silence has that power, which has the ability to bring out the deepest of our thoughts, to the fore. So I feel that the time between 12 and 4 is very precious, and our productivity is also doubled. For instance, if you want to do some work, say in the evening or in the morning, between 9 to 10. So the same work, if it takes 1 hour, it will take half an hour in the night, between that time, 12 and 4. So I always get a lot of creative thoughts during that time. So I do most of my writing stuff like poetry or any other thoughts like my Mohan Sutras and all, mostly during that time.
Fantastic, fantastic. And I totally agree with you, which you said on two things. One is, of course, that silence and meditation, because that 4 o'clock time is called the Brahma Muhurta time,
Yeah,
when you
exactly.
get easily connected with the higher source, whomever you believe. The second is in the our brain starts releasing good hormones at this time, which most people they don't know. Right? So it is a very good time that getting up early in the morning. Just the previous, the participant, the guest, she was speaking about the 5 a.m. club book that is by Robin Sharma, getting up early at 5 a.m. and how she goes for a walk early morning for 10 minutes and followed by meditation, yoga, and then doing some writing, something or the other, writing or reading things. So it is really nice, and I appreciate this thing. So this is a valuable thing to us, that yes, sitting in silence and without any disturbance, like there will be no phone calls, as you said, zero disturbance. You'll be totally
Yeah.
focused and getting the things what is to be done. And one more important thing which you mentioned, that during daytime, maybe 9 to 10, I'm working in the morning. It might take me 1 hour to complete because there is a lot of disturbance, maybe some guest
Exactly.
coming home, opening the door, and various other things, going to grocery shop, something. But yes, during nighttime, none of those activities. You're completely free and you're focused on your work. So thank you for giving this
It's the
tip.
best time to write, because you won't get any calls. No visitor will come to your house at that time.
Exactly.
And you can always give your best.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you very much. We have Dr. Anjali with us. Dr. Anjali, hello. How are you doing today, Dr. Anjali?
I'm doing good, and I'm just listening and appreciating the efforts, and really
Mohan
admiring
sir is doing, yes.
really admiring the thought process of Mr. Mohan, that how diligently he is investing his time. I think this is the real investment, sitting in silence, writing, and you love what you love to do. You are doing what you love to do, actually.
Passionate.
So, really good. It's a passion and learning a lot. Excellent, thought process, must say. And it's a real learning for not one, but for many.
Thank you
Thank
very
you
much.
for inspiring us, Mr. Mohan.
Great. You are the 13th guest on our podcast show, and I would say you are totally different. I mean, many authors were there, definitely. Somebody, 2 books, 3 books, something like that. But you, with a 16 books apart, you have written articles. You are writing many contents to various companies and all those things. So it's fantastic. Nice to know you that you've written so many books, and I think goddess of Saraswati is sitting with you. She's always with you and guiding you at every step. So keep doing that. Nice.
Yeah, so I totally agree upon that. Agree with that because a lot of my friends also said the same thing that I am Saraswati Putra. Because actually, see, after my MBA, a lot of my friends stopped studying. They started working, but I am studying even now, even though I am working. Like both, I am doing both studying and working. And I feel that we should never stop studying. We should keep doing something or the other. One is because it helps us, overcoming all this Parkinson's, Alzheimer's, and all. Our brain is always active. Secondly, we never know what is in store for us. For instance, it was always my deep desire to get a distinction in academics, which I did not get till my MBA. Till my PG degree, I did not get a single distinction. But had I stopped then, I would have been devoid of distinction in my entire academic career. But I kept studying, and I got my first distinction in 2011 in my MA journalism. When I got distinction through distance mode, I did MA journalism through distance mode, and I got distinction. Then again in 2015, I got distinction in my LLB. Then in 2018, I got distinction in my LLM. Then I got distinction in 3 more online courses I did from Coursera, Future Learn, and EDX and other platforms. So had I stopped, then I would have been devoid of my distinction. No, so now I have about 6 academic distinctions, 3 from regular courses and 3 from online courses.
Fantastic, fantastic, awesome.
Excellent. Really good.
I would like to know, sir, whether you have any role model in your life. Right? There are role models for all of us. So maybe at some point of time.
Yeah,
can you
I have
tell
been
us?
a great fan of Swami Vivekananda since my childhood days. Even I did even my MBA from a school called Vivekananda School of PG Studies. So I used to visit Ramakrishna Mutt many times, and I have bought a lot of books of Swami Vivekananda and read them. So Swami Vivekananda has to be definitely my all-time role model.
Oh, nice to know that. And who needs an introduction to Dr. Swami Vivekananda? Can you read a couple of lines or paragraphs from any of your favorite poetry? Is it possible?
Yeah, I just.
Thank you.
But before that, I have a question that I would like to understand that what made you think that distinction is so
Sorry,
like
you're
one
not
very
audible, ma'am.
important. Pradeepji, can you listen to me clearly?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
What she means to say that why distinction is become so valuable to you. Why did you think that distinction is valuable to you, right, Shilpi?
Yes. Like why distinction was so important for him that he wanted to achieve it and he worked towards that. So that is what is it something what
Yeah.
triggering him to have that? What was
No,
it?
I wanted to keep up the legacy because I hail from a family of scholars where my maternal grandfather was a scholar and a PhD scholar, and he did his PhD under Edward Deming in statistics. And my maternal aunt was also a school teacher. My maternal uncle did his PhD in zoology and retired as a principal of a college in Karnataka. My my other maternal uncle also did a PhD in management. My paternal uncle is a double PhD in physics and mathematics and retired as a professor emeritus of Louisiana University. So I mean, I wanted to keep up this legacy, and for me, getting a distinction in academics, was very important uh, for my self-content also.
Okay, got you.
Okay.
Got you.
Okay,
Thank
so
you.
sir, are you carrying the same with your family, like your kids and everyone? I mean, that is going to be there as one of the thing legacy to be carried forward. And if it is going to be there, so what will be your, parental approach towards your kid? Like, how will you take it on?
Sorry, I couldn't. I mean, I'm not
Sir,
getting the
I
voice properly.
Means what she wanted to convey is about this distinction. So even your kids, you would expect even your kids to go ahead with the distinction, right?
No, no, I am single actually. I am single. I am not married,
Oh, okay.
and I
Sorry.
want to stay single.
Oh, okay. Nice. Good decision.
Because I
So
feel that being single is or being unmarried is God's way of making us unselfish or selfless. I mean, I feel that when we become married, we become also a little selfish because we only think of our family. Whereas when we are unmarried, we think of the world as our family.
Fantastic. That's nice.
Okay, so
Good.
a lovely thought, sir. Matlab, we never thought it this way, but
Shilpi, you're very low. Your volume is very low. I think I can only barely hear you. Can you please
okay.
check your?
Is
Yeah.
it audible? Is it better now? Like
Yeah.
I'm
Now it's
shouting now.
better.
Yeah. So I'm shouting. So I'm saying that it is a wonderful message. You are giving, like, not to be selfish. But then I would like to understand, sir, is it something you are actually, planning for society? Because the kind of approach you have, I'm sure you must be doing something for society, either through your writings or either through your job or either through your career, which probably you can highlight to us and we can even, extend our step towards you. Pradeep sir, I think you need to repeat this for him.
What she means to say that are you into some mission or something like that? Do you have any mission with you by
Yeah, I have
helping others?
vision. Yeah, I want to write at least 100 books before I kick the bucket.
Talking about
And
social service.
I'm also trying to write a book on Bhagavad Gita. Actually, this is one of the thoughts which I have. I attended a session of ISKCON Chennai's 18-day Bhagavad Gita masterclass, where they taught me the essence of 18 chapters in 18 days. So after undergoing that course, I got a brilliant idea. I thought, why not write a book? Of Bhagavad Gita in Q&A form. Because if you see a lot of Bhagavad Gita, it is always in the form of some shlokas and all. And when I ask some friends, why don't you read Bhagavad Gita, they easily get put off because they say, I don't understand the shlokas because that is in
Sanskrit.
Sanskrit and all that.
Yes, yes.
And even though the translation is given, it's a bit boring. So I thought, why not I bring out a Bhagavad Gita in the form of Q&A form and translate the essence of the slokas also in a text form, in a running text form instead of any slokas. It will be devoid of slokas, but it will have all the essence of the slokas in that Q&A form. And even in the original Kurukshetra also, it was in Q&A form where Arjuna asked questions and Krishna answered. So I thought, why not bring it in the form of a Q&A form instead of having it in the form of slokas and so many other things which are little complex to understand. So I am working on that. I have come out about with some 42 questions, which I will elaborate on those. And so I want to make it one of the best volumes.
Great, great.
Excellent, excellent. This is what society needs, requires Bhagavad Gita in the easiest forms and ways. My wishes are there with you. May you
Thank you.
succeed and definitely take this to the world and to the new learners, because the young generation, they are looking for such inspiration. Hats off.
Thank you. Thank
All
you.
the best to you, sir. All the best. Can you please go ahead and recite some poem, your poetry?
Sorry, I don't have any poems handy with me right now.
Oh, you don't
Uh,
have it. Okay, fine.
just hold on. I will. Just a
Yeah.
Yeah, this is one of the poems. Uh, this is one of the poems I wrote long back when there was an attack on WTC towers by Osama bin Laden. So I wrote a poem wherein, as if George Bush is writing, Osama bin Laden is writing a letter to George Bush and George Bush is replying back to that letter. So I'll just read out that poem. The poem is titled Terror Confabulations. So this is Osama bin Laden writing to George Bush. The poem starts like this. My dear President, Mr. George Bush, if you pull me, I will give you a push. You can never get me killed, nor stop me from getting my ambitions fulfilled. In every battle, I am always a winner. Some people worship me, though you consider me a sinner. Even if you kill me, I will resurrect from being dead. After being dead, I will not rest until your death sentence I have publicly read. Till now, I have only crushed the WTC towers. It's only a matter of time before I divest you of your powers. This is a religious vendetta, not a war. History will remember it as an indelible scar. You cannot threaten me going nuclear. I don't fear death, but death from me will always fear. The days for the US are now clearly numbered. Though I am incommunicado, I have made my intentions heard. Your efforts to trace me are in vain. Trying to find me, you will become insane. Achieving what I thought is just a matter of time. Even my death cannot extirpate all crime. Beware, Mr. Bush, you are my next prey. Having provoked me a heavy price you will have to pay. And then this is Bush repartee to Osama's letter. Oh, my dear stupid Osama, stop all this nuclear melodrama. You have destroyed just a couple of towers. Now I am making you go scouting for covers. You are but just a mortal. To kill you, I need form no cartel. Your nefarious ambitions you will never achieve. Even after death in hell, you will grieve. You are worshipped only by the evil. For the rest of the world, you are just nil. If you resurrect after being dead, I will smother you until you no more raise your ugly head. Leave alone divesting me of my powers. It's time you started counting your death hours. This is a war for enduring freedom and to bury you within your own delineated kingdom. Even death would not want you to embrace, as you have lost your face by falling deep below grace. United States will always remain united, and as a paragon of courage, it will be the first to be cited. Tracing you is not a complex task. You will be discovered even in your mask. You just cannot achieve what you thought, because from me your death you have bought. Don't ever dream that I will be your next prey. Your target at me may hit you by going astray.
Wow, amazing, amazing. Thank you very much, sir. And what a conversation dialogue. At one point of time, they were, that was the talk of the town. I think the whole entire universe was talking about these things. And you made it into a drama, like a mono acting, as to how both of them are communicating with each other. Yes, both were powerful in their own means, but yes, later on we know that what happened, and everything was smashed. Yeah. Thank you very much. Very innovative thought. What are your thoughts, Dr. Anjali, on this? Shilpi?
I really think that what he has said.
Yeah, go ahead, Shilpi.
Aren't
He's
you able
not.
to hear me? I am speaking. Hello?
Yeah.
You're not able to hear me? I'm talking.
Yeah. Now
Yeah,
we can hear you. Yeah. Go ahead.
So, what I'm trying to tell you is that this, in itself, this dialogue shows that, you know, probably the whole world is afraid. Whole world is thinking. Whole world is sinking. But there is one power, one command, one motivation, and that one determination, which tells you that yes, we are not afraid from you. And that power, let that person take his step back. And this shall be our message actually to live our life. That there can be many problems, many struggles, but yes, one willpower, and something there shall be within us which shall keep us always alive and determined and shall never make us afraid of the things happening around us.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Shilpi. Wow, awesome. Dr. Anjali?
Yes, a very powerful line. United States will remain united. It says all. It says all. Nothing to say more about it. This one line is saying about the strength, the power, the courage. After such demolition, still they are standing and they are united. And they are coming forward. And again, they had rebuilt the history. So yes, kudos to your efforts, kudos to your thought, and this monologue is wonderful, must say. Really.
Thank you very much.
The you know the at the there is some thing which is written behind. It is there on the poster that creative writer and creative thinker. This is the real sense which we received it today. The creative writer and creative thinker. Hats off again, Mr. Chandran.
thank you.
And
See,
yeah, go
Pradeep,
ahead.
yeah, I would just want to recite one poem which I had written. It's a conversation between a husband and a wife.
Oh, wow. We would like to listen. All of go
Yeah.
ahead, sir.
So it is called a South Indian Wife's Jerry Mayard.
Jelly Maya.
Jeremiad, Jeremiad.
Jeremiad.
It means
Okay,
a
got it.
long lamentation of complaints. Yeah.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah, so it goes on like this. I made him a coffee piping hot before he could get out of his cot. He said the coffee was neither hot nor strong, and I wish I had slept a little more long. I made him dosa as thin as paper, little realizing his interest in dosa would dramatically taper. He said dosa was not filling, and my culinary experiments were killing. I prepared for him fresh baby corn soup, but even then his jaws didn't droop. I made for him cashew nut strewn rice pongal. He said with it too I did bungle. I offered him rava upma. He quipped it could be best prepared only by his amma. I realized it was difficult to please his palate and left him at the breakfast with an empty plate.
Wow, fantastic, sir. Fantastic.
Let's with an empathy plate. Wow.
Wow, fantastic. Very nice, sir. Very
Really
nice.
good. Really good.
So this is a collection of your, I mean to say a book. You have a book on this, about this?
Yeah, I mean, I have published 4 poetry books till now. One is called Emotions in Tranquility, which is a collection of love poems. And also there is another book called Voice of Silence, which is also a collection of love poems. And also there is a friendship poetry book also, and another poetry book which is related to philosophical poems.
Wow, fantastic, sir. Nice to know that. Do send us a link about all these things. If it's in Amazon, we'll get those surely. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. I would like to know what does success mean to you? Does writing books means a success, or means what is success definition to you, sir?
No, according to me, success is nothing but failure turned inside out. Success is just other side of the coin of failure. So if you want to taste success, you have to taste failure, and no one can ever taste success without tasting failure. So as I said, success and failure are like two sides of the same coin, just as God and devil, just as right and wrong. So they are just two sides of the same coin. Once you are onto the one side, you just need to flip to the other side to taste success.
Wow, fantastic, very nice. So until and unless you have tasted failure, you won't be successful.
Can never taste success.
Thank you. And in your write-up, I could see that you are also a citizen journalist. So can you throw some focus on that? I mean, were you a journalist in some news media or something like that? Can you?
No, I mean, I was not associated with any newspaper as such, but I used to write a lot of articles like letters to editor and all. Like once what happened, a stray dog was killed by a school driver of a van who was driving a school van. So I just filed a complaint, in the nearest police station against it. They first refused to take the complaint because nowadays there is no respect for humans. Where will they respect a dog? So he refused to file the FIR. So I just put pressure on him. I told him that there is a Prevention of Cruelty to Animals Act, where under which he is supposed to register the FIR. And later he registered the FIR. And later, a lot of media people approached that sub-inspector, and then he told me my name, and he said that it is the first case in his police station that he has registered, against an accused for having killed a dog. So actually, the dog made me popular. I'm very grateful to the dog, and I consider dogs as God, because there is not without reason that DOG read backwards is GOD.
Wow, fantastic! Wow, I've never thought about it. Very nice. Yes, and you can see many of the photos, especially the Hindu deities, especially the Tatreya or Krishna, and all these few deities. You can always see dogs and all these things moving in and around because they are very friendly, very nice, and I think we learn many things from them. They can be tamed as you want to. Right? Nice, good to know.
Yeah, even I have a thought of writing a book on the different aspects of animals. For instance, a horse. Horse is known for its uncommon common sense. That's why we use the word horse sense. So horse sense means uncommon common sense. Then if you see ants are keep working continuously. Like even in summer they start preparing for winter. In winter they start preparing for the next summer. So they work 6 months in advance. And if you take ants.
Ants. Okay, okay, okay.
And,
Oh, okay.
and if you take owl is known for wisdom. And if you take dogs are known for loyalty. If you take elephant is known for memory power. Because it never forgets a person it meets once in its lifetime. So I wanted to write a book on all these different aspects, small little things about animals and how we can learn so many things from animals. Because animals have more features than humans.
Wow, fantastic, sir. Nice to know about it. Yes, I think you should write a book, and I've never heard anybody writing this book. Maybe,
Yes.
so it should be a unique thing. Yeah, go ahead, Dr. Anjali.
Uh, What to say? I'm speechless. For
Yes.
everything, he's doing something in his mind to explore and to give direction. So yes, please go ahead, sir. And again, we would love to read this particular book because yes, humans are humans, but we have to pay a kind of regard to animals also. Because yes, as you mentioned that ant, they are preparing in summers, they are preparing for winters, and for winters, they're preparing for summers. I think they are teaching us planning in advance,
Yeah.
hard work, consistency, teamwork, determination. So this is what, please go ahead. And we would really love to read that.
Keep doing such
So,
good
yes,
these
Yeah,
things.
I am also planning to write a series of kind of trilogy kind of thing, 3 books, where I want to highlight about doctors, farmers, and teachers. I have read a lot of articles saying that a lot of people left their jobs abroad, and then they are doing farming, like organic farming and all, in Karnataka and Mangalore and all.
Yes,
So
yes, yes.
I want to bring out stories of such people who are doing great service to society, because farming is the need of the hour. And especially organic farming, because it can help farmers earn more and reduce the number of suicides of farmers. So I read that a person who was earning 2 lakhs per month in Dubai, having a PhD and MBA and BTech and all these degrees,
Uh-huh.
and he left his lucrative job and came to India, and then he started organic farming and is earning 2 crores per annum now. So I want to write a book on such people. And also I
Yes.
want to write a book on lawyers who are doing good to the society, especially those who are filing public interest litigations. Like for instance, there was a public interest litigation where a student is charged 1,000 rupees to get back his evaluated answer script according to the college rules. But someone filed a PIL saying that if it is filed under RTI, that is Right to Information Act, then it should be charged only 2 rupees per page. So that means if a student had written 30 pages of answer sheet, so to get back, he should pay only some 60 rupees. So
60
which is,
rupees.
60 rupees instead of 1,000 rupees. So this is a great initiative. So I want to highlight all those lawyers, who do such great service to society by filing public interest litigations. Thirdly, I want to write on the teachers, because they are the backbone of the society. I have read that there is a teacher in Kerala who swims across the lake, and every day, and he takes class on the other side of the lake, and he has been doing this for 30 years without missing a single class. So there are so many stories of such teachers, in Orissa also, in Orissa and in Kerala and many other places, where they are doing thankless job and unrecognized job, unsung heroes. So I want to bring out all these people and give them their due glory.
Wow, wow, what an amazing thought. With this thought, I just got a thought, an initiative, just like the podcast, what we do. Of course, this is for especially for the authors or anything like that. I just thought right now about, you told about the stories and everything. I thought, why can't I take my camera and the whole thing and go to such people,
Yeah.
do an interview, just like what we are doing right now, and get them on to the camera and let them know to the world what good they are doing. Because in our Udupi, Mangalore, if you know Mangalore, Udupi, there is some village over there, and there is a person who is treating Ayurveda. Means people come there for cancer and many things. I've heard about it. I've never been there, and he is giving that for free. Of course, he tells them to come early in the morning, so that he can give, and he himself goes to the jungle, that place, whatever. He gets all that herbs and everything. He himself does. Of course, he has some assistants also. So according to them, he gets it done, and fresh he prepares that and gives them in bottles or maybe in cans. Some people come from some Goa, some different places. They carry this water, this herbs, this thing, right? That oily, this thing type, and they take it. So he's doing it selflessly without any, name, fame, position. Because in today's doctor, what you can see, people are just behind money. Even if you go for a small thing, they will elaborate it and make it so big that you will start dreaming about that and forgetting the rest of your life. So it's a good thought. Thank you very much for giving me that innovation. Maybe this will help me a lot in the future. Maybe I'll try to plan something.
Yeah,
Go to
it
different
is such people I feel who deserve Padma Shri, Padma Vibhushan, Padma Bhushan, and Bharat Ratna. These people who deserve it, not the people who are already affluent.
Yes, absolutely. I agree to that. And I think I had heard about one more a lady who created from a small small place to an entire forest or something she built.
Yes, yes,
She
yes,
built,
yes.
I think,
Yeah.
right? And I think
Yeah.
she was awarded good this thing from the president. And even she did not have a chappal when she went to the president's place. We could see she was without any chappal or anything. She said, "I walk like this only." It was very simple, so simple that she must have not gone to school, college, or nothing. She must not be knowing ABCD also. But the thing what she has done, I think it has impacted the whole world. And what we say that we have this, that, and everything. But I think she is the one who needs to be, known to people, just like the richest and the most famous. These people should be made more famous.
There are stories of a single person who has recreated an entire jungle by planting trees and sustaining or resuscitating the ecological life. So there are many such stories of many Indians who are doing a lot of great noble work and who are unsung heroes. So I think these unsung heroes really deserve to be felicitated.
I appreciate your work, sir. Thank you very much. And I think we are
Actually,
almost. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, Dr.
yes,
Anjali.
somewhere in the Assam or Andhra Pradesh, there there is a couple who is working in this same field. They had created one school like they are collecting plastic as a fee and all, and then they are giving free education to all those kids. It's a skill development learning they are doing there. And this entire school is made up of plastic. They are, because plastic takes a lot of time in terms of decomposition, so they have created the bricks out of it and they are collecting plastic as a fee. Imagine the quantity of plastic every day, whatever they are receiving, and they are just recycling it and reusing it in the formation of the infra. So this is something, and they both are software engineers from IIT. They were
Wow.
well settled somewhere.
Software engineers. Wow.
Yeah, the country. They immediately decided and they turned back to India and they had established this school here in India, in Andhra or Assam. The name of the school is Akshara. If you see, you can Google it, you will find the complete detail out of it. So hats off to such people who are doing a lot for the.
I think we lost her. Fine. Thank you very much. Thanks for sharing such valuable insights. So I think we are almost on the end of the session. Yeah, she joined. Yeah, Dr. Anjali, I think you got disconnected. Please go ahead. Dr. Anjali, please, you can start speaking. Yeah.
Yes, that's all what I was sharing. Okay, this is the right time where we have to be little attentive and alert and do something for the environment. And the basic learning will start from the schools only. We have to educate these students. I think Mohan Chandran has not joined yet. He's facing a trouble.
You can hear
Hari,
us, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good, sir. It's a very good thought what you're giving. Please write such great books. People need such people. Just like you mentioned about teachers also. They're doing a great job in changing the society. Yes, but in today's scenario, people are not respecting them. I mean, the students are not respecting because at one time when we were in schools, colleges, 30 years back, 28 years back, we had so much of respect for them. The moment they are coming from a place, we used to stand aside, let them go, and so many things. We used to have a chit chat, and that fear used to be there. But in today's scenario, we don't see all those things.
No,
Even a
I
principal is
myself
going.
have been a teacher, so I know how teaching has become a thankless job now.
People don't appreciate, but it is the most best job, I think, which I think even the Almighty would appreciate for that, for being a teacher. Yes, thank you. So yeah, Dr. Anjali is also an educator. So yeah, nice to have her also with us.
When sir was yes, when Mr. Chandran was talking about doctor and then
Farmer.
agriculture and the teachers, the one I was hearing is like for doctor it is Jeevan, the life they are saving us our lives, and then when it comes to the farmers,
Farmer.
it is all about Jameen. They are giving us the roof, and the farmers, the agriculture.
I think maybe there is some connectivity issues. No problem. Yeah, she's joining because we are almost on the end of the session. Okay, let her come back. Dr. Anjali, are you there? Dr. Anjali?
Yes, yes, I'm here.
You are trying to complete that. You said for doctor, it is life saving. For farmers, it is zameen, that is land. What is the third one?
Land. And that is the teachers. Teachers are giving a new birth in the sense of education. A child, as the parents send their child to the school for the learning. But that is Jameen, Jeevan, and we can access, give one beautiful name to the learning also. Something like that. So it's really good. I can feel the sense, I can feel the vibration of this book. So again, I'll say, Mr. Chandran, please go ahead. The two books, and we would really love to read which you are going to write. And please go ahead.
All the best. All the best to you, sir. Yes. Yeah, go ahead. Anjali ji, anything else? Okay, fine. Thank you. So do you have any message, sir, before we go to the end part of the session? Just like how could people connect with you? Can you help them with your email address? Because there would be many viewers here who would love to connect with you personally. It might be related to anything, maybe how to be an author, how to follow some rituals or something like that. Because listening to this conversation, I think each and every person who have listened to you very carefully, every word you have spoken, they would love to connect with you back. So can you help them with your email address or maybe your Facebook ID or Instagram ID?
Yeah, so my email address is mohanchandran.author at
Can
gmail.com.
Can you spell that, please?
Yeah, mohanchandran.author at
Fantastic.
and I am on the social media handles on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and also on Cool.
Okay. So all these, the name is same. I mean, Mohan Chandran.
Yeah, it is either Mohan Chandran P or Mohan Chandran.
Fantastic. So all the viewers over there for Hotter Ali show who are listening to us right now, we have Mr. P. Mohan Chandra, who is a writer, author, and citizen journalist, and pretty more. I mean to say, he's a poet also. So today we had a great moment with him for the last 45 to 50 minutes. He did cite many examples, and also he gave us a live the poetry too about George Bush and Osama bin Laden, and also one poetry about the dialogue between a husband and a wife, especially in southern India. So it was all great listening to him, and he has a couple of thoughts about writing a couple of books, 2-3 books over there in the pipeline. So I request all of you to please go through this podcast, maybe if possible just listen to this podcast, and maybe when we put this into the online, just like in YouTube or Facebook, please go through that and listen to him because he's a great personality. And the most important thing, what I loved about this great gentleman is about the daily ritual of writing. Right from his childhood, he had a habit of writing the diary, right? What's happening every day, what's going on in his life and everything. So right from that day, right from the small schoolhood days, I would call childhood days, he got into a habit of writing because he is from the family of scholars. his grandfather, he was also a great scholar, and the same thing he have got in himself also, a great believer of Swami Vivekananda. With due respect to him, we know how great personality he was, how he represented India, and what he has done so many things, right? And I think an incident about Swami Vivekananda where a Gita was kept at the bottom, and somebody said, okay, it is at the bottom or something like that, but he said,
Yeah,
when I remove that bottom book, that foundation, everything on
yeah.
the top will go upside down. I do remember that. So it was a great, the thought, very great innovative personality. So we wish you all the best from Authors Alley, for myself, Pradeep Shetty, Dr. Anjali Srivastav, and also Shilpi Upadhyay, and she got disconnected maybe due to some
Yeah, I
internet
have one
issues.
final message for all
Yes, yes,
the
please, yes.
yeah, one final message for all the authors or wannabe authors. What I would want to say is that if you feel that you are aging fast and you are not getting an opportunity or you are not able to publish the book, just have these two things. One is you have faith in yourself and unshakable faith in God. All what what you wanted to have or what you thought will definitely happen as long as you have this patience, faith in yourself, and faith in God. So these two things are the most important things. Never think that if you're getting something late, you are missing something. Because always believe that when God is giving you something late, He's always giving you the best of the best, and also He is giving you more than what you really deserve and desire.
Oh, that means to say a early person will get, say, a Maruti 800, a new person will get a Ferrari, right? Which is very
Yeah,
top, very fast, very this thing.
better
Fantastic.
model with
Good
time.
model. Yeah, good model. Yeah. Thank you very much. One last question I have before we let you go for the day, sir. You did participate in our summit. So I
Yeah.
want you to give us a small testimonial of 1 to 2 minutes to all the viewers listening over there as to how was the summit. Any feedback for Authors Alley, or how did you like it, or you did not like it, something like that. So for a minute or two, can you please give us a testimonial? Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, the Authors Ally Connect Literature Festival was really awesome. It was exceptional. I liked the way, everything was organized. It was so meticulous. The planning was very focused, and I don't think there was any flaw. I mean, it was a flawless execution. And there was a lot of learning in that because we got to meet a lot of brilliant minds from different countries, from different geographies, from different cultures, and got to know about their different cultures and all. It was really great because it is not just about sharing our learnings, but also learning from others, which is what makes the Authors Ally Connect Festival really great thing. Because we get to learn from others. That is more important because our life is a continuous journey of learning. And as Ramakrishna Paramahamsa said, as long as I live, so long do I learn. So one should not stop learning, and the learning should stop only with death. Because if a person who is alive stops learning, then he is tantamount to a cadaver.
Wow. Thank you for the excellent message and the testimonial to Authors Alley. Thank you very much, sir. We are obliged. We do have Shilpi Upadhyay over here. I would request to, pass on the mic to Shilpi Upadhyay to conclude. Thank you very much, Shilpi. We understand you had some internet issues. So we have gone through the entire process and everything, even with my last question. So if you are able to hear us, you can, you can come forward and just, if you have any question for Mr. Mohan Chandran before we conclude.
I have like no question today, because every time I'm asking question, you have to transfer it. So that might not look that good.
That's
so
fine.
You
So you
made
can
me
conclude.
Now
Yeah.
I'm able to hear you, ma'am. Yeah, the voice is clear now. Yeah.
So my question is, like I wanted to know, as I have been hearing you and you have been working, whole night, you are doing everything. So what is one thing which keeps you motivated to this? Like, as you said, you are not married. So probably you might be having your parents, and other than that, no responsibility you have. So at back end, we have our family. So that makes us responsible that we have to do this for our kids, for our children, or for ourselves, or, there is something. But what motivation do you have in your life that drives you to do all these things? Like you can be, as good as doing nothing and just enjoying your whole day, whole life without any stress, tensions. But why do you do all these things? Why are you aiming towards something? And
The
what keeps you motivated?
first thing is I beg to differ that people who are unmarried don't have any responsibilities. In fact, they have more
No,
responsibilities
no, no.
than married.
I'm not saying that unmarried do not have any responsibilities. Like, I'm saying that you have your parents, you have their responsibility, you have your own responsibility. But like for us, probably I am there. So for me, my kids can be my motivation. So similarly, what is your motivation? That I'm asking.
Yeah, I mean, my motivation is actually I want to see India as a Vishwaguru. That is my vision, and I have a plan for that also, which I am working on. But I'm not getting the requisite financial support from some end. But anyway, I believe that as long as I have the faith in God, God will help me definitely. So I mean, I always motivate myself by looking at the end goal. Like if I'm writing a book, I will imagine like how I'll feel after I have completed that book, and that is what keeps me motivating. So I always think about the. I mean, I visualize or imagine, how it will be after I've completed what I want to complete, and then that keeps me
Yeah.
motivated.
End goal. You are looking into the
Yeah,
end goal, how
yeah,
people will feel. Fantastic.
yeah.
What a great answer. Yeah, Shilpi, any other questions? We almost come to the end of the session. We are at
Oh,
7.
no, thanks.
So thank you very much, sir. We are really obliged. Myself, Shilpi Upadhyaya, and Dr. Anjali. We
Yeah.
bow to you as a goddess of knowledge. May that goddess of knowledge be always with you, and we are always with you for Authors Alley. If you need any help from our end, please do let us know. And also, a humble request is that whenever we have such summits, some programs like this, we would request you to please come to our program, and maybe in September, maybe if we want you to be on another show, just like in a casual, just like you will be
Sure.
talking about authors, how authors can some presentation, something like that for an hour or two, something like that, maybe 45 minutes, 45 minutes. If you are willing, we can go ahead and do that, because the more you share, that's what I understand, more things keep coming to you automatically. So if you will be ready, we can connect later, maybe in a couple of days, so you can give us a presentation or something like that, same in this Zoom, this thing, and we can live telecast in YouTube, so people all over the world, they can listen to you, they can hear you about these things. Okay, so
Sure.
any other message, sir, for us? Any
Yeah.
feedbacks? Yeah.
No, I mean you are doing a great job. It is really wonderful job you. I mean, especially Authors Ally is doing, because it is the need of the hour. Because there are a lot of people in India, as I said, who are doing a lot of good job but are going unsung. So now you are trying to bring them to the forefront. That's really a great job. That is a need of the hour, because such people also need recognition.
Yes.
Although they may have the motivation, so they need the recognition, the due recognition which they really deserve. So a lot of people are not getting that. So it's really a great job that you are doing, and trying to give them the due recognition. I really appreciate that.
Thank you very much, Mohan Chandran sir. Thank you for that kind words. Such
Thank
kind
you.
words, yeah, such kind words keeps us going again and again. Let's go ahead and do something different, something better. Because myself, Shilpi ji and Dr. Anjali, we are all doing our work and everything is fantastic. But yes, this thought was generated. This thought came through Shilpi madam that yes, we need to create something for the authors. There are so many authors in the world, they don't get recognition, they don't know how to do many things, they have a burning desire wherein they started during college that one day I will be an author or something, but still, due to family responsibilities, due to various other challenges, we all know about it, they are not able to write maybe even complete one book. So we want them to come forward, how we can help them in the maximum way possible. So thank you very much again.
Thank you.
Good wishes from Authors Alley, sir. Be connected with us in social media, Instagram, and maybe if you have anything, any thought, you can just send it out to us. Maybe your new book coming outside or getting published, do send us so that we can also publish your link in our all the social media in any way possible if we can help you out with. Okay, so thank
Yeah,
you very much.
my next book is coming on, probably I'm planning to launch it on Ganesh Chaturthi. The book is titled Dharma versus Karma. So it is a collection of my Mohan Sutras and law of Dharma and law of Karma.
Wow, fantastic. Very nice, sir. All the best to you. Do send us a link about the same, once
Sure.
it's launched in Amazon, do let us know. So we'll
Yep.
just have it in our social media. So all the best. You're doing great. Keep doing it, come what may. As you mentioned, the last this thing, that have faith in yourself, and secondly, to have faith in the higher source. Thank you very much. Nice interacting with you, and a happy
Thank you, sir.
weekend. Take care of you, sir. It was nice being with you. Take care. Bye bye. All the best.
Bye.